Hey crew, it's Ben, and I'm back with another reaction video. Or actually, just a continuation of the other reaction video. We're going to do the second half of the Ryan Upchurch Holler Boy documentary, and there is a chance that I might get interrupted in this. If so, there'll be a jump cut. Y'all won't really notice it. But we're going to go ahead and dig in, because this is a long way to go. Let's see if we can get it done before my wife gets home. Oh wait, there we go.
White Lightning was really one of the videos that I think defined who we were in this genre. Not only did it have a story to it, it had quality to it, and it really opened up his mind and his lyrics, and he was able to put together these better records like White Lightning, and that was just an amazing process filming that video and looking back at, you know, all those videos at that time. Like, we were so free and able to create at our own pace and at our own level. I think that it really grew us together a lot. At this time, Ryan is at the top of the genre. He's put out probably 4 or 5 projects at this time. We're getting a lot of great feedback on the road, selling out, we're doing tour vlogs, and I know, you know, we had a lot of conversations about upping the production, and that's when he met Stoner.
I remember Ryan gave me a CD. It was like a burn CD, and it had like 20 something songs on it, and it was really the first time I really listened to his music, because I had heard Rolling Stone, and I heard maybe one other, maybe Ghost, and I heard it, and that CD was what eventually would be King of Dixie after we filtered through some of those songs, and I added some songs as well, and yeah, that was the first time. Well, my first impression with him, period, I think, was I was surprised, because I didn't really know what to expect, because I hadn't really worked with any country rappers prior to that, and I didn't really want to be honest, and but I had heard of him, and he was different, and he wasn't like any of the other people, so I think that was my first impression, was that I was kind of surprised at how nice he was and his work ethic, and then I was also surprised in the studio, his writing method, you know, how he writes and how quickly he writes, and not just quickly, but like good, like he'll come up with something insanely dope in like 10 seconds. It takes him no time at all to form a story, and it mostly, you know, sometimes he'll let the music help him teach a story, but sometimes he'll come up with stuff with no music whatsoever, and it's just flowing out of him. I think most of the time it's easy for him, because he bases all his stories off of experience, you know, like something that's happened to him or a friend or a family or whatever, and so the stories for him just kind of come out. And I think another thing too is he's recorded so much. I mean, even just with me, we've recorded, I don't know if I could guess the amount of songs, but well over 100 songs easily. And you know, he records a ton, so that's practice, you know, that's like hours at the gym.
We've been in the studio, he's recording a song, but get to thinking about something, and over here on his phone.
It's hard to be in that flow state. I have been there a couple of times in my life, but like, there's no way I could just jump into it like that. Like, I wrote a book, and most of when I wrote my book, it was in the flow state. Like, editing's a whole different issue, but writing it and spitting it out, same with my screenplays. Spitting it out, you get in that flow state, but it's not something I can just summon. Like, it can't just pop out like that. I like that. That's interesting.
And write a whole nother song. As he's supposed to be recording a song right here, you know what I mean? He'll write 2 or 3 songs, and then he'll do them and listen to them and be like, well, you know, fuck it, no, I just ain't gonna do it. And I'm like, dude, that sounds good as hell, but they're not to his standard no more. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes he's in there when we just got back from a run of shows, just because he's got something fresh on his mind or whatever. Sometimes I'm like, damn it, Ryan, you're not gonna have a voice by the next show.
You know, it's a little bit of a different kind of outfit. We're not your band that's sitting in the garage every day, hashing out, trying to figure out the right chord to play. You know, it's more, you know, luckily these are really talented people. So it's like, you know, church would just say, you know, hey, I got this little idea for a melody. And it would kind of go from there. So I would get handed a song or an idea. So if I was lucky enough, I could play it at home the night before and kind of build what I maybe wanted to bring to it. And then we got together and we just did it. Honestly, it's really supportive. There wasn't no ego or like, you know, screw you, do it this way. If anything, I was begging Ryan to like correct me because it almost made me nervous. He was so for whatever I wanted to bring to the table. I'm not used to that. You know, a lot of guys, even if maybe you did something well, they feel the need to, you know. He just was so supportive of all that being that way. I'm like, Ryan, if there's something you don't like I'm doing, just tell me. It's okay. I said, oh, it's cool. It's awesome. I killed it. I'm like, okay.
Back in the early stages, we had to drive 45 minutes, an hour to this studio that we were using in the beginning. And we would get there. I mean, we could have the worst horrible day. We could get there, and he was happy, smile on his face. I mean, there was literally that, to me, I know is his mindset, which now I do. Back then, it was just like, hey, he really enjoys doing it. But now that I've been around him a lot longer, I really know, that's 100% where his heart and passion for real is.
King of Dixie, was such a blend. And so, really, we did a lot of real country stuff and rap stuff that, after that, we had to decide, what to do next and where to focus next. So, I would say after King of Dixie, we went into rap stuff and then switched over to rock at some point. But it definitely wasn't at first. It was mostly just rap stuff at first.
The road I'm on is the place I know. The big white church with the haunted ghost. The black marks leading to another lifetime in the side of a tall pine. The road I'm on has no yellow lights, just cracked asphalt and broken sights.
Apparently, I picked the right songs to react to, because this is another one that I've done already, and that's cool. It adds another layer.
Potholes filled with THC. When the streetlights disappear, you're on the creek.
Where he came up from, his country roots and his country background and his country rap background, I didn't know what the response would be as far as the sales. And then when they dropped the Creeker album, it went #1, and I really knew at that time, I was like, this is not just an artist that's putting out music, this is a movement. There's really something
That is the truth. Creek Squad is a movement.
behind this right here. What he's working on and what he's building is more than himself. It really reminded me.
I gotta give me a sticker for the car. I gotta give me a Creek Squad. At least the RATC, Race Hell Eat Cornbread. But I'm probably gonna have Creek Squad on the back of the car.
Me at that time, I'm really becoming a part of something bigger than myself.
When the rock came along, I got excited just because I'm a rock drummer. I love that stuff. So I was like, yes, we get to build it out. We get to do this, and I knew he liked Alice in Chains. I knew he liked really cool '90s, older than that, newer than that influences that we're gonna equate to a cool sound. And so once I heard what was happening, I dug it. If anything, I was jealous because I wasn't on Creeker 1. A lot of people think I was, and that's not even me. I was busy doing a bunch of other things, and Stoner killed the drums on that album. That was awesome. But I was like, oh man, I'm dying to get on the second one, which I was on that one. That was cool. But he did it. I think a lot of the reason Ryan is able to genre hop, I told a few people a version of this, is
Because he enjoys the shit out of the music. That's why. I don't know what this guy's about to say, but that's why. That's why he can do that. It's because he enjoys the music.
is because he doesn't overthink it. He just releases it. Most artists just freak out and wear themselves out and second guess themselves so many times throughout the process and stress over their one album a year and rewrite probably 20 good ideas that should have been left alone. And where it's not that what he's doing is simplified, but he just doesn't complicate the formula. He releases it from his brain. He allows the talent to catch what comes out of his brain and just quickly make it to a song.
He was an ISTP, wasn't he?
I think it's a lot of the reason why he mainly works with Stoner, with TTs, because he's there, he's ready for those whimsical moments where they just boom, make it happen. Another beauty of being independent. You don't have this label set up, okay, well, next month on the 3rd of July, we're going to get together and work on this album. And it's like, no, it's just like, I'm feeling it, let's do it. This douchebag on the internet messed with me, I'm going to do a dish song. I'm going to do, and just keeps it coming. And I think that's a beauty that more artists need to understand.
Yeah.
Instead of like patting themselves on the back about one song they're releasing all year, be an artist. Keep creating. So as long as he stays with that, I don't see why he can't do different kinds of genres.
And my goals for the road were to get us out of the van. You know, we were traveling in a Ford Transit van at the time, and it was like 8 of us crammed in there. And I knew that it was very important to make Ryan comfortable, and the more comfortable he was, the better show that he was able to give. So, you know, my goal was to get us out of the van and get us into a tour bus. My priority also too was to make sure that he was safe and feels comfortable everywhere he goes. You got to understand, Ryan has inspired these people like no artist has inspired someone before, and these people have stories to tell, and they're willing to do anything it takes to tell their story to Ryan. So I just knew that, you know, to be able to give the best show, Ryan had to feel safe everywhere he went.
One of the differences with Ryan is a lot of people, a lot of artists, or a lot of actors I've worked with, actresses, they have fans where I think Ryan has more like believers. People that really, truly get what he's trying to do and say.
Ryan had such a stage presence, and I wanted to make sure that the sound quality matched that. I wanted to make sure that the light show and make sure that the props that we had on stage matched that. And it was very important to show everybody else that with hard work and dedication, you can do exactly the same thing that everybody else can with a major label behind them. And that's exactly what we did.
Well, my brother did front of house at the time, and he called me up and he's like, man, I need help. These shows are getting insane, and I'm having a problem with, you know, being in 2 places at once, being front of house and being on stage. So I came on as like a stage manager and helping out there, and just seeing how the shows were getting bigger and bigger and more crazy. Just like I said, the intenseness of the crowd ready to see the show. Like I said, I've worked with many bands who toured all over, and almost with every band you go to a show and you're like, oh man, this place was a bust. But never, not with them. Rarely not a sold out show. I'm not going to say I've never done an unsold out show with them, but rare is it not sold out. Nowadays, we have no ceiling. We want to do the craziest thing. We want people to leave a show and be like, oh my God, did you freaking see what just happened? Just over the top shows. And because they're bringing the high energy. I just hired a monitor guy, and his first show with us, he's watching the crowd from the stage because he stands side stage, and the crowd grabs the grate and just starts shaking the grate. And he looks over at me, and I'm like, oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, and it's not, you know, at first like, oh my God, but you know, you're okay because they're just, you know, being them.
They're just being the
Rocky
squad.
South. This is really the big tester right here, man. He invited me down, right? He got the VIP pass. So I thought, dude, I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. I really didn't know how big it was gonna be. I get there, fucking huge line. I'm like, bro, like, fuck yeah. Like, I'm like, I still wouldn't, you know, I'm seeing all this shit up. I'm like, oh, damn, this is getting kind of big. This is bigger than a damn fair, you know what I mean? I thought it was a fair, really, like a fair event. Start walking around. Dude, there's thousands, tens of thousands of fucking people everywhere. It was kind of fucked up. Like, I wasn't ready for that. I went from a show at the warehouse of like maybe a couple hundred people to down this dude is in, you know, Rock in the South. And, you know, I'm still grasping what it was because we got there early. There's 10,000 people there. And he's like, look, he's like, I'm probably gonna piss these people off. I'm like, why is that? He's like, they didn't tell me, they didn't give me all these rules. He's like, they didn't tell me I can't have a flag. They didn't tell me I can't say certain things. They told me I couldn't cuss. All this shit. He's like, but fuck it. He's like, fuck it. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Fucking.
Dude, like, most people like want this opportunity to be getting the big shit. He's like, fuck the big shit. I ain't trying to get up there. He's like, I'm gonna still do my thing. He's like, they invited me down here. He's like, I didn't call them. You know, they invited me. The first thing this motherfucker does when he gets on stage, brings that shit up that they didn't want him to do something, and pulls a rebel flag out of his pocket. You know what I'm saying? He plays some of his hit songs, cussing, singing, yelling. The whole motherfucking place stands up, and he plays, I think, Come and Get It, I think. Motherfuckers are jumping, spilling beer, throwing beer. Fucking, dude, it was hype as fuck. And I think that's when you got all the big wigs really looking at you in one spot, and all these other people looking at you in one spot, other country people looking at you in one spot, and you got the whole motherfucking place jumping like they ain't never seen, singing every fucking word to your goddamn song. My boy's gonna keep going to the top, no matter what the fuck the goddamn outcome, no matter the circumstances, he's going to the top all the way.
When Ryan first started, I remember all the way back, he basically went and did a show, and I think there was 40 people there. And, you know, one of the first shows, and it'll probably kill me for even saying it, I think he forgot his words. He was so nervous, he forgot his words. And he said, listen, straight up, I'll give everybody back their money if you want, or we can shoot pool. And they said, we're going to shoot pool with you. And that's what he did. He shot pool with them. Then, all the way fast forward to Rock the South, I'm looking at this kid on the stage, and he's on these big jumbotrons and just commands the stage and doesn't care, fearless. And the day that I saw that and he came off stage, and I just couldn't even contain myself. I couldn't fathom that this person that I met so long ago on this journey had gotten to this point, and he was so meant to do it.
I think it really hit everybody when we turned around and saw Upchurch and the huge background and the lights, and then you turn around and you see like this sea of people, like you just didn't see where the people ended. And it was really cool because we saw some of the, you know, performances before Ryan, and it was like as soon as he stepped on stage, it was like everybody just like crowded in. You could see the entire crowd just come towards him, and that was the most surreal thing I think I've seen so far, was just how much Ryan belonged on that stage, how much he belongs with all those bigger names. And you know, I thought he should have been a headliner that year, but you know.
And I've done some big events, big shows, but it wasn't like, you know, this is an independent artist here. We're the only independent artists on that big stage, that main stage. It was only us. Every other artist had played that game. No disrespect to them. So we get out there, we do our thing. We find out quickly while we're on stage that it is a ton of Upchurch fans in that crowd. They're all screaming for certain songs. We start doing Come and Get It. The whole crowd, you just see this like wave of people just jumping up and down. Middle of the day, people don't have time to be drinking. It was just awesome. And that was a big moment. That was a kind of no looking back thing. A sign of how things have changed. Not only for us, but for the industry. You just don't let independent guys get up there on some mainstream, main stage kind of event.
Dude, there is no age demographic. When it comes to my kind of shows, I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know what I've done. I don't know what it is I've said.
Real shit. Like, real recognizes real, and people want real so bad that they're willing to listen to real in music that they don't normally listen to. Like, that's what happened. That's what happened. That's what's still happening today. Like, people are so hungry for real shit, for people really saying what they really fucking feel, that they will cross genres for it.
Because I don't sit around thinking, what can I say to make these people like me? I just pretty much say what the fuck ever, and people like it. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying special or nothing. I don't know. I don't even see myself as special. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular fucking dude. But like, it's crazy. It's like I could be in towns or something, or stopping at a gas station, and it could be, a 10-year-old kid who wants a picture that has an Upchurch shirt on. Or it could be literally, this has happened, it could be an 87-year-old woman with the Elvis shirt on in the front row. So there's not an age demographic, dude. It's black, white, Mexican people, freaking thug people, redneck people, skateboarders, freaking scene girls, hipster chicks, old men, bikers, basketball players, baseball players. It's everybody. It's fucking everybody. But I love everybody, so I guess that's why a lot of different kind of people show up.
Literally, all ages. I mean, it's relatively young, but like, I mean, you get your 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old dudes like, yeah, man, let's go to church. Sometimes I'm like, what? You know, like, and sometimes, like I said, it'll surprise you who does, or you just people you wouldn't expect. It's not just rap. It's not just rock. It's country. It's a little bit of everything. So he's got a little something for everybody. And it shows in our shows, because literally there'll be an entire family that, like, literally they've been waiting all year for this show.
And when we're getting onto the plane, both stewardesses and the pilot knew who Ryan was. And this was pretty early on. And it really messed with me. It messed with my head. I thought it was awesome. We get on there like, hey guys, and they really were talking about it. And they went up to him. They both went up and talked to him about it. And Ryan, of course, was super humble about it. But even the dang pilot knew who he was. Not that pilots are, the king of England, but I just didn't picture this little, perfectly dressed pilot guy to be like, "What's up, church?" That's when it hit me. I was like, "Wow, we're sitting there jumping airports, and he's getting recognized. Just going through back road gas stations getting recognized."
I didn't know if it would ever reach this big, but it happened a lot faster than I anticipated, for sure.
No. Not that I didn't have faith in him, because I did. I knew that whatever he did, he was going to do it to the fullest extent. He was going to be great at it. Just like I've always told him, I don't care what you do it the best you can, and you love it, and it will turn into something big, And, oh my gosh, no, this is like huge. Huge. I did not know it was going to get this big.
In the beginning, when me and Ryan locked in, I knew that we could make history together. Add what Stoner was doing, bringing a better quality, and me bringing these better visuals, I knew that ultimately we could do something that no one has done before, and I'm very, very proud of everything that we've accomplished together. I find myself in certain situations with Ryan knowing that the things that we're doing right now, we are making history.
They show up so early. That's crazy. I love it though, man. It's wild. It's still like, I don't know. It's hard to believe, I guess. Yeah, it's really hard to believe. But I appreciate the fuck out of it though. It's I don't even know what to call it. Like it's not a weird experience. It's just I think the right word is surreal. A surreal experience. It's something I'm grateful for. It's changed my life. These fans have changed my life. This music has changed my life. They just don't know. They have no idea how much it's changed my life. They don't. They listen to the songs and they jam out to them with their friends and stuff. But they have no idea how they've changed my life. They don't even know. I just wish they did know.
So many people come to him, and if I've heard it once, I've heard it, I don't know, a dozen times. Your son saved my life. Your son saved my life. I didn't have any faith in myself. I didn't feel like I could do anything. Your son gave me strength or courage. And it's just like his lyrics, y'all have heard them, his lyrics are amazing. They really get people like pumped up, and fired up. And people have come to me so many times through my emails, through my DMs on Instagram, and even at shows, and they're like, your son is so inspiring. He's so positive. He's made a major impact on my life, when things are going really bad, helped me turn around and be more positive. And that is what every mom will say. Regardlessly, what you see is what you get, and he's authentic, and I think people know that. And that's why I think so many of his fans have, like I said, they'll tell me these things when I see them at the shows and stuff. I feel like I know your son. I feel like I know he's not my family, and I know we're not personal friends, but I feel like he's my friend. I think he still doesn't understand the impact, the whole impact he's had on the fans. I do think he knows what he's done to the industry, though.
He's the voice of the voiceless. He says things, there are a lot of people that can't articulate and put the way they feel into words like Ryan can, and I think that's why he's so you can connect with him so well. That's why his fans connect. That's why I connect. He inspires.
As I said before, everyone has a story, and those stories are all valid. People have a big thing to talk about, to bring to Ryan, or maybe even just to tell us about their connection with the group or the movement. But that night, I come outside, and they're like, hey, you talk to these people real quick. I go over and talk to them, and within like 20 seconds, they're telling me how their son had just died on a motorcycle accident about 10 days before. And by far, Upchurch was he lived for Upchurch. They showed me his motorcycle helmet, how it had RHEC on it, had Upchurch on the other side. And within seconds of talking to me, the mom just starts busted out in tears. And so I give her a hug. I got this mom I've never met before, crying profusely in my shoulder. And the father, I look over at him, and he just starts thanking me. Like, just telling me how thankful they are that we brought joy to their son's life who just passed away. And it hit me real hard. Anyway, I said, well, what are you guys doing here? And they said, we just wanted to be around what he loved so much. We want to be a part of that. And that was a big thing for me. That hit me hard.
That's great. That is a wonderful story. I love that so much. Like, that was really good.
I don't think he realizes how far he can go, and he's gone so far because he's done so much. But I just think there's a whole lot more to come. And so yeah, I think he's still gonna be doing music, but he's gonna be doing other things too.
I think he's gonna be one of those legends that people will always continue to play, and he's gonna continue to put out music. And that's the thing about a lot of legends. I don't know if they get tired of doing it or what, but they quit putting out music, so they're called a legend because you still listen to their old stuff. Well, who's to say if they continued to put out music, even if they were 70, 80 years old, that they wouldn't be a legend, they would be a today. Well, I feel that Ryan will be a today for a long time because he's not nowhere near the point of stopping on doing music.
And it's just true. I'm his best friend. This is coming from my perspective. I thought that we was going to hit the peak by now. Really. But this dude's talent, and I'm not just saying this because he's my friend, this dude's fucking talent, once again, where he has fucking mastered the art of doing his fucking thing and making fucking hits. Once again, I thought it would already kind of plateau out and hit its climax, but he fucked everybody up when he just dropped this all country album. Number one in fucking country rap, number one in fucking the rock country rap fucking mix, number one in the fucking country rap. Well, I know it's not even country rap, it's just fucking country now. Number fucking one, bro. He can stop right now and still stay on top forever.
I see us going nowhere but up. Just because it's been that steady incline, we haven't taken any steps back. It's been all bigger shows, and like, so I feel like now when we do start headlining those arenas, and I don't know, I guess that's when you can say you've made it. But to me, like, I don't think we've made it just yet. We're close. We're making it. But right there. Right there.
You told me you're going to ask that question, and it's a hard one because you could tell me, like, if I left the group and didn't see you guys for years and years, and you'd be like, dude, Ryan's a politician now. I'd be like, I can see that just because he's so good with people. And I see him with people, and, it's not like, oh my God, you're famous, and he's like, hey, get away from me. He's like, oh man, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? He's not, he doesn't have the head of a famous person. Great if he was a politician, but let's not ruin him.
We all base our dreams off of a protocol of what others have done before us. And with what he's doing, no one's done before him. So I guess I'd have to say the beauty is that I don't know. And I love that I don't know. If I knew, then there'd be a limit, there'd be a time in. There'd be at the end to it. Dude, he's broke the rules. You know, no one does this. No one has that kind of fan base, no label. They just don't. If they do, it's some niche thing that pans out in the year or two. So I guess I would happily say I don't know.
Look, Ryan Upchurch was a country boy from the sticks who went against the grain of Nashville, Tennessee, who stayed true to himself, and in the process defined what an independent artist really was.
Bad money.
And I think ultimately that's what he'll be remembered for.
Yep.
Let the band play.
John Lennon, Michael Jackson, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. When I die, I just wanna be a legend. White roses on my headstone and my name in golden carats. Cause when I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. John Lennon, Michael Jackson, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. When I die, I just wanna be a legend. White roses on my headstone and my name in golden carats. Cause when I die,
You gotta learn to drive, huh?
I'm gonna be a fucking legend. I'm gonna be a fucking legend. Gonna live past 27 with them gates
Yeah,
out from my
boy.
house so pearly white you think is heaven. Still rocking clothes looking ratchet like I don't give a shit. Cause once upon a time I scrounged for that slick 80 cents. And I cherish the times I counted them nickels to feed my stomach. Then my family made me hungry cause I hated the struggling. I quit my job in construction. I took a huge leap of faith. And now they know the dude who's rapping with that gap in his face. John Lennon, Michael Jackson, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. When I die, I just wanna be a legend. White roses on my headstone and my name in golden carats. Cause when I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. And when I'm gone, my fucking jams will still be jamming. And all my fans will still be out here tearing shit up, raising hell and yelling. Let my sound waves live 1,000 years, I'll still jam as a skeleton. Cause when I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. And I ain't used to this life, but hell, I'm willing to take it. If I'm gonna be famous, then I guess I'm making statements. Cause there was times my transportation was these boots on the pavement. And now I'm riding in dualies dipped in that pearlescent paint. For years before my billboard charts, my mama kept me believing. I told her I'd fight for success until my damn heart stopped the beating. From now to then, it's opposite on how these populace treat me. Still Johnny Cash with middle finger saying fuck a celebrity. John Lennon, Michael Jackson, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. When I die, I just wanna be a legend. White roses on my headstone and my name in golden carats. Cause when I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. And when I'm gone, my fucking jams will still be jamming. And all my fans will still be out here tearing shit up, raising hell and yelling. Let my sound waves live 1,000 years, I'll still jam as a skeleton. Cause when I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. Small town, shine sipping, tailgate dumping when the beat drop. Churchman level high, all my haters need binoculars. Because I wasn't nobody, now I'm the beast that I burn. I got evicted from duplexes, now I got shooters on dial. I'm just too bare feet walking, tiptoeing through all of these snakes. But staying humble to my people, I'm the king of the sticks. And I live up under a bridge before I go sell my soul. You know I'm going for gold, the best story that's ever told. John Lennon.
But do you have media experience?
Michael Jackson, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. When I die, I just wanna be a legend. White roses on my headstone and my name in golden carats. Cause when I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. And when I'm gone, my fucking jams will still be jamming. And all my fans will still be out here tearing shit up, raising hell and yelling. Let my sound waves live 1,000 years, I'll still jam as a skeleton. Cause when I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. When I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. When I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. When I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. When I die, I'm gonna be a fucking
Let it play on out, because you know how we do. Hey, Loose. That was hot. That was hot. I'm glad I took the time. I'm glad I took the time to spend with y'all to do this. Hold on. Fan brought us together, hard work to find who we became, and the world will never forget who Ryan Upchurch is. Absolutely. Thank you. This was great. Like, I enjoyed the hell out of this. I did not expect to get teary-eyed at this, but I did. I did not expect to be this happy watching this. I really did. This was great stuff. I'm so glad I took the time. I'm glad that you took the time to watch it with me, because this was great. This was absolutely great. Ryan Upchurch, I thank you for this. This was really good stuff. To the whole production crew, thank you for this. This was really good stuff. To my crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you were here with me. I'm praying for you every single day. It's been Pitt State. Peace.